DBJ here. Another episode of CSI RPG, and we're going to talk about Aftermath. And this is a huge difference between video games and tabletop RPGs, and it's Aftermath. And as video games get better, they are more and more incorporating the idea of Aftermath. And Aftermath is not just a combat thing, but we're going to talk about combat and non-combat versions of Aftermath. Again, I'm not trying to step on Anders' toes, but he has a really great video about what happens after a battle, and I'm going to talk about that as well. The aftermath of a battle, dead bodies, people injured, destruction. You know, someone's cast a couple of lightning bolts and fireballs and burning hands and things like that. There's some aftermath involved. And no matter where the characters are at or what they're doing, that aftermath is going to have an effect on the game. It's going to have an effect on that world. And this way, this is the point at which a game master and dungeon master can really take the game and take it to another level. Just simply by thinking about the aftermath. And there's plenty of things that can happen. First of all, establishing a camp around a bunch of dead bodies is not the smartest thing in the world. You got to get rid of the bodies. They're going to start to smell. They're going to bloat. They're going to attract scavengers. There's lots of creatures, and not necessarily monster-sized, but there's lots of creatures out there that are scavengers. And as a natural course of events, maggots and vultures and crows and other creatures that are, they dispose of refuse in a natural order, will come into an aftermath situation. So what do the players do? I mean, you can't walk around stinking of feces and urine and blood and guts and stomach acid all the time. I mean, at some point it's gonna make you sick. Caked with blood all the time, and as cool as it is to be caked with blood, that lasts only as long as the smell, and after that, it's just like, wow, this is just really foul, dude. Like, we really got to clean up, and that's going to leave evidence. So, will enemies of the party know that they've come by because they smell the dead bodies of bandits on the road? Are they going to be able to be tracked? Are they going to get blamed for massacre? And then you have yourself your social aftermath. It's the, let's go to the local tavern and start a fight and burn it down. It's the, we're going to sit before the king and I'm going to light his foot on fire. It's the characters that do the dumb things. And in a lot of video games, there's not much repercussion because the aftermath doesn't last much longer than the NPC, verbal tree, because it's, sometimes the verbal tree is very low. But in a role-playing game, you can really go far with this. Maybe a constable or a scout is sent out of town, so the players destroy the little village, and they're sent to the larger city and the king, and they tell the king about these player characters that are there that are just, hey, there's a tiefling or tieflings or whatever, and a minotaur and two half-orcs, and they're causing a whole bunch of trouble. And if they're the player characters causing the trouble, maybe another group of adventurers goes after them to stop them. And then it becomes a big thing. Maybe they become the most wanted. And then the power starts to escalate up, and they're like, well, hey, man, they took out our best warriors. We're going to have to send an army after them. But aftermath. Aftermath. Every time the players do something, allow the aftermath to sink in, that their actions in your world have a permanent effect. They have an effect on people. And it can be for good. Aftermath can definitely be for good. If they stop a rampaging creature through the village, that village will remember those characters. They're going to be thankful. And when they come back into town, maybe the town tailor has created this great outfit for the knight to wear, and he's created this symbol so that the knight can put it on his horse and attach it to his long spear, and he's got this new symbol, and then maybe these people start to follow the characters. Like when the characters leave town for 2 years and come back, they find like there's almost a cult, you know, of personality that's dedicated to them. And maybe the people have taken it too far. Maybe they, you know, they're looked at as almost demigods. And the characters are like, well, we're not demigods. Yes, you are. You can do no wrong. You've dispatched the trolls that attacked our village 2 years ago. And now our lives are so much better for it. And you should help us. You should live here because we can worship you. We'll do anything you want. Hey, I'll kill my child for you if you want. Whoa, wait a minute. You're going a little too far there. And to allow the aftermath to grow. As a game master, when you're stuck for ideas, go back to what they did last time. Go back. Go back to an old story and go, wow, they brought in a lot of gold and treasure into this town. How would that affect this town now? Are they rich? Maybe they're going to hide the gold from the king. Maybe the king knows that such a huge influx of money came in that they take it from all the townsfolk to use for their own war effort. Maybe a thieves guild moves in and goes, wow, all these people, 500 and 600 gold and 1,000 gold just to spend the night. We can make some cash here. We can open up a gambling den and force some of these people to work here, work in our gambling establishment. I mean, they've got the gold, and if we take it, we can have more bargaining over the king. So on and so forth. Aftermath. The aftermath of what the players do can really impact your game, and as a game master, allow it to feed the creative spices in your world. And frankly, it's also a really great way when you're lazy. You don't have a good idea. You're like, I know I promised everybody I'd come up with a great idea this week, but I don't have one. So I'm going to look in the my monster manual and look up some creatures that are like carrion crawlers and I don't know what the hell's the name of that creature that eats human feces. It's got like 2 eye stalks and 3 arms or something, whatever the hell it is. Anyway, the point is that characters, when they do things, there's an aftermath involved in it, whether it's battle, whether it's social, whether it's exploring caves, and use that to fuel your imagination, and heck, use it as a crutch to come up with great ideas, and allow your player characters that are in your game, your players and characters in your game, to know that their actions have an impact, and we all love that, for good or bad. That's just great to know that these last 8 sessions, I've done something to change the world. You know, we use role-playing to as a psychological crutch sometimes. You know, in real life, maybe we feel like we're not that important and we're not that special. But in a role-playing game, hell, I'm the man. And the fact that the king's men are after me, okay, maybe that's not a good thing. But heck, I'm important enough to warrant being hunted, and that's cool enough for me. So, aftermath. Use that for your games. As always, use that to be creative, not destructive. Thanks, guys. And thanks for including me into the greater world. Thanks for all the people that have subscribed. I can't thank you enough. And I hope I'm worthy of your attentions in the future.